please? Why aren't you pulling? Oh wait, okay, one of them is giving levels. Let's try the other one. Looks like 2. Let's try this. Alt. Okay. I think it's good. Let me go back. I guess go ahead and start again with the intro spiel, and I will take a listen. Well, that didn't work because now I can't hear Emily at all. Let me see. We're still live, so it doesn't appear that that is working at all. Why is it not going through? Audio input should be from Zoom. So the people in Zoom, you can hear me? Yes, no, maybe? Okay. So I'm the only one who can't hear? Is that what I'm getting? Yes, no, maybe?
Okay, I might have fixed it. I'm getting it through the
Is that what I'm getting?
Happy Jacks. Okay, could someone speak again, please? Yeah, great. I can't hear you in the meeting. I can hear you from Twitch, 15 seconds delayed, so that's not going to work. Why aren't you accessing a channel that I can hear? Hold on. Okay, for some reason, even though I'm telling it to go to an external speaker, it's going to these headphones, so I'll just wear them. That's fine for me. Yeah. Okay, well, so I'm hearing everyone. For some reason, even though I'm telling it to go to an external speaker, it's going to these headphones, so I'll just wear them. That's fine for me. Yeah, there was a really long delay. Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. Twitch is only getting me now.
Here are all of the words that rhyme with cat.
There was a really
Bat,
long delay.
at, mat, drat, fat, at, gat,
Sat.
sat. That's a good one. Tat.
Sprat.
Splat.
I hear Emily.
Splat.
I
Sprat.
hear Emily.
Spat.
Yeah, that's weird.
Shat.
Which is only getting me now.
Nat.
Hey, I'm hearing myself. I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube, people. I'm famous.
Okay.
I'm really glad that our audio cut back in with me just saying words that rhyme with cat.
Pretty much.
That's what the people want. Old two-take Emily.
All right. So, does somebody on the production side want to clap so we can do take 4?
Yeah. Can you get the slate PA ready for us?
Should I do my
all
line
you.
again? Okay. All
Hey,
right.
from the top.
From the top. Hello, thank you for joining us for session 7 of Stonetop, an actual play on the Happy Jacks RPG network. To catch up on past episodes, visit happyjacks.org/Stonetop, all one word, and to find all of the shows on the Happy Jacks network, visit happyjacks.org/shows. I'm Emily Vanderwerf. I am your GM for the evening, and I'm so excited to figure out what's happened to these folks in the time since we last hung out. I'm going to now introduce my wonderful players, starting with Blythe.
Hi, everybody. I had so much time to think about this, and I didn't. But I'm so excited to be back. I'm Blythe. I'm playing Tiern. I haven't been here in a hot minute, and Tiern hasn't been around in a hot minute, so I have no idea what everyone got up to. So this is gonna be fun.
They're going to. I think we're going to be very happy that you were not involved in what happened last time.
What did y'all do?
What didn't we do?
Mo,
Who got thrown in jail? Who's in the cemetery now?
Guy?
Mo,
No.
You will say hello. Nobody's dead.
Who's next?
Mo, introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Mo. I'll be playing Carlo, the Marshal, tonight. And, yay. Happy to be here. It's been a long time.
Mac.
Hey guys, I'm Mac. I'm going to be playing Ilsa, who is currently in jail, also the would-be hero.
And finally, Nick.
Hey everyone, I'm Nick. I'm playing Braun from the Fox playbook, and I have taken a very good deal and made Stonetop quite a bit of money.
Good for you. Does anyone want to recap the events of last time for 2 free advantage rolls?
Ooh.
Wants to tell me what happened?
Yeah, please tell Tiern what's up.
I might can do it. Let me get my notes out. Sorry.
What was I checking?
When last we left our heroes, we finally made it to the town of Marsh Edge. And of course, things were amiss in Marsh Edge. We got to talking too loudly with some kids, and we found out that not only are they about to have their big public ceremony where they float balloons up in the air where people can make wishes, there's also about to be a virgin sacrifice. Although we're not going to use the word virgin, and we're not going to judge.
That's balloon. It starts with a B, which rhymes with T, which is trouble, right here in Marsh Edge City.
So, Carlo went to the cemetery to meet his old flame. One of his kids, who's currently in Stonetop's mom's, and Tiern went to go sell the wool, the famously luxurious Stonetop wool, because as we're all aware, and as you know, because you're from Marsh Edge, we didn't want a Marsh Edge hello to happen to all of our stuff, which is us being robbed right out from under our noses. So on the way to selling the wool, Tiern and her father, well, that's not accurate.
Ilsa.
This is not
Ilsa.
the accurate order of events, but Tiern and her father get arrested.
Nope, Ilsa.
Oh, sorry. Ilsa and her father get arrested, and the rest of us get wind of that at the cemetery where my ex-flame won't let me sleep in the house, but will let us all camp out in front.
And Braun sold the wool
Oh,
to
my bad.
yeah.
Okay,
Braun sold the
my bad.
wool. Braun sold the wool to some of these city elders, which they were like, "Thank you for the wool. Here's a lot of money. Please leave and take Carlo with you."
GTFO.
So you are supposed to be gone by sunrise. And Carlo's ex, who I don't seem to have written down the name of, which is very annoying, she lost a sister to the sacrifice one of the last times around, and she is imploring you to stop this from happening. So that is where we are. Braun and Carlo are supposed to leave town before sunrise, and are maybe crashing in a cemetery. Ilsa is in jail with her father. And Tiern, I think I'm going to start by asking, what have you been up to all this time? Because you're here to see a scholar, but you're 2 days early, so you're in time for the Festival of Lights.
Well, as someone from this town, what do I know about this festival?
Well, you can roll me a spout lore. You probably know quite a bit.
Let's find out.
So with advantage or with a plus going forward?
With advantage. With advantage. Let's do it. Roll me a spout lore. Yeah.
I'm feeling it's a generous night tonight. Okay. That's 3 dice, right?
Yep, 3 dice. You take the top 2.
Holy cow! Holy gamoly, Batman. What is this get? Oh wow. 13.
13. Okay, so, I mean, you know everything about the Festival of Lights. You know that every 7 years, one of the members of the town's 7 richest families, their eldest daughter, is sacrificed. You know that she is sent out into the swamp, and occasionally, this is a town legend, you have not been alive for it, no one you know has been alive for it, occasionally they come back changed, whatever that means. You know that this is a tradition that stretches back to the very founding of Marsh Edge millennia ago. You know that it's a secret that people in town will kill to keep, especially the powerful families, because they believe it keeps them powerful. You also know that not everyone knows this. Like, even people who live here are often distracted by the part where there's a bonfire, and they send like little lanterns up into the air, which gives it the name of the Festival of Lights. And also, you know, it's a huge like tourism boom for the city. So every year it gets a little harder to keep the secret. And you also would, of course, know that this is the year when they sacrifice someone. So, yeah, that's all you know. And actually, you know what? Since you rolled so well, and since you're from here, tell me a thing that I don't know that you know about this.
So it's a Festival of Lights. Powerful families. They choose one daughter from a powerful family to sacrifice.
It's always like one of the 7, and this time around it's the Fenwick family, and they are sending their daughter into the swamp. She's 14.
Okay. I want it to be something ominous, like even more ominous, because
That's cool.
It's already murder.
You know what? Let me ask you a more direct question then. Tell me about the legend of what happened the last time someone came back.
Oh, it started a plague. It started a zombie-like plague.
It
was not good.
How did they stop it?
Eventually they were able to like cordon off people who got infected and like murder them. And like there's a section of the cemetery where those bodies are buried as kind of a like well, the rumor is there's a section of the cemetery where these bodies are buried. They're unmarked graves, so like you don't know that for sure.
Fortunately, most of them were tourists, out of towners. Like us.
Well, yeah, like you 3. And they basically were able to just kind of cut it off before it got too serious. But there's this kind of fear, like, I feel like there's a legend where something went really right. Like, someone came back and suddenly we had way more plentiful crops and everything was way better. And, like, this town was thriving. And the most recent time, it brought back, like, zombies.
Okay, cool.
So there's no guarantee as to how this works or what will happen, because we don't really know what we're messing with.
And we know that you didn't tell your compatriots what was about to happen because they had no idea last time. So why did you not tell them, just beyond that they might be killed for knowing?
Tyrion doesn't really like talking about Marsh Edge. She's not super into where she's from. So it's kind of like, yeah, if you knew enough to ask her, maybe she would tell you. But because none of you really asked her about Marsh Edge or where she's from or anything, she's just kind of been like, it's not important. Stonetop is my home now. So she's just trying to kind of avoid talking about Marsh Edge as much as possible because they sacrifice people for power.
Yeah. I mean, that's normal. That happens.
Like
it's
you
one
do.
of those things. Yeah. You know, like
Wait.
you do.
No one's told you about Stonetop?
Yeah.
You're just like, wait, what about Stonetop?
Well,
they just sacrifice a sheep. It's fine.
you ever notice how we seem to need a school teacher every 5 years?
Like, just my luck.
Before we skip over the others, Tyrion, I do want to know: did you go to visit your family in the
No.
time? You did not. Okay.
Nope.
So what is there anything in Marsh Edge you did want to see?
She goes straight for the library.
Okay.
Because it is a decently built up city. There is like a tourist. It's a city, and there's a library and a really good resource for kind of like research and learning. And she did like that about Marsh Edge, but it's also the reason she got ideas to leave. So, education.
How many siblings do you have?
I have the one brother who's dead, who is the older brother, and then a couple younger siblings. So I'm gonna say 2 twins, a boy and a girl.
Okay, great, cool. Thank you for that. Carlo and Bronn. Do you have a conversation about the fact that Bronn has been told to leave town?
I think that what happens is after I have made this deal, taken the money, headed back to Carlo and said, well, I have done a fantastic job. I have sold all of the sheets and all the sheepskin. And, I think that the two of us should just go down the road a little bit south and wait for the sage that we're waiting for, and we can make sure that he's a little bit safer on the road, and that everything is fine, and that we escort him safely into the city and rapidly through it.
I looked you in the face, and I said, so you heard they're going to kill a little girl, huh?
I'm trying to think back if Bronn did know that. Oh yeah, because Ilsa told us all of that. We had a big fight about that.
So I would then turn around and say, so they don't want us getting in the way of them killing a little girl, huh?
Well, the windfall that I received had a caveat attached to it, which is that you and I should be vacated the city by the morning.
Oh, my name came up.
From their lips, not mine. They specifically called you out by name. So I don't know what friends you have made here, but they were not leaping to your defense.
Let's catch up with Ilsa and see if we can't.
I haven't seen her since she stormed off. Do you have any idea where she's gotten to?
She's probably drinking at the bar with her dad.
Okay, well, she was not mentioned and Tyrion was not mentioned, so we can still have people available, but the two of us will be persona non grata in 8 hours.
Yeah. As we head back to the bar, I tell you, my friend in town, and as I'm telling you, like I'm poorly filling in backstory. Did I mention it was Shin's mom? Yeah. Yeah. She I guess about 12 years ago, her sister was taken out into the swamp.
Oh.
And she's still not happy about it. And she still hasn't recovered. Definitely a little on the, sometimes bad things happen to people and they go weird. And that's where she's at.
Did you want to try and get her out of the city, and maybe we can find a home for her in Stonetop?
Absolutely not.
I was just trying to be polite.
She definitely impressed upon me the right thing to do is not let this little girl die.
I don't know how we're going to be in a position to be able to stop that.
Well, in theory, if we were in the swamp,
that wouldn't be the city.
Around where they're taking this girl.
I think I see what you're saying. We could make the best for everyone.
But we have to let the others know where the rendezvous point's going to be. Because it won't be pretty. And that's if these people are crazy. And there's not actually another fairy god out there waiting to eat this child.
Waiting for their own nuptials?
These fairies, I don't know what it is with them and little girls.
So what you're saying is the elf men like little girls?
Boo, I love Boingo Boingo, but boo.
A couple months ago, I didn't believe in these things, and now...
Yeah, it's a stranger world than I thought that it was as well.
I slap you on the back. You went off the path at night. You know how it is.
Yeah, I'm hoping that maybe the swamps cancel some of that out.
Yeah. We get back to the bar.
Can I ask one clarifying question?
Sure.
You still have Raj with you, right? The adorable street orphan?
Yes, our adorable...
Raj would be with Braun.
Yeah, Raj was with Braun. So
yeah.
The plan is still to take him to Stonetop, the deal that he cut with Ilsa.
Correct.
And
we're also like if Raj has any city wisdom to share, Braun is open to listening to him since he is our expert on the ground, so to speak.
Before we go ahead,
I'm keeping this kind of hush, this plan, away from Raj, because I trust him is not at all.
Yeah.
Before we check in on that, Tyrion, the library closes at 8. So, or it closes at sundown, whenever that is, and it's it's around midnight right now. So, where did you go afterward? Were you going to meet everyone at the bar again? You could say no.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Right.
I do go meet everyone at the bar, but I take a longer route.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm kind of like having one of those. I'm back in my hometown. It's kind of weird moods.
Yeah.
So Tyrion is kind of wandering for a second before she heads back to the bar.
Is there any place here that inspires, particularly poignant memories for you beyond the library?
Yeah. So, a little ways past the library, it's kind of like because I imagine the city is like decently laid out, kind of grid-like. So she kind of like goes out and like a little bit past the town edge. There's like a little grassy, like kind of grassland. Like it's clearly like someone's farm, but who cares who they are? And there's like a bench right in front of it, and she and her brother used to go there and like hang out. And he would wait there for when she got done with the library to walk her home. And so she goes to the bench and sits there for a bit before heading back to the bar.
Okay. So, as you're getting to the bar, as you walk toward the bar, and Bron and Carlo are there, Raj is like sleeping in the wagon, just kind of half nodded over. And then as you approach, Raj kind of sits up and says, Tyr?
Hi.
My sister Tyr?
She's like, what are you doing out here?
Oh, I'm leaving Marsh Edge. I got a deal with some people. Have you heard of a town called Stonetop?
Yes, I have. Who are these people?
Oh, it's a really nice lady named Ilsa. She said if I just told her everything about the sacrifice, she would let me go with her to Stonetop and live there and be an apprentice in her bar. And maybe she'd be my mom. I'm not sure. You know how mom gets, and could always use a spare mom.
Yes. Where is Renee?
Renee, I don't know. I don't pay attention to her. She's probably like getting ready for the Festival of Lights ball. Putting on her finest frippery. I don't care about any of that. This town is built on a swamp, and like it has the heart of a swamp too. Like it's bad and it's gross.
I do know. But are you really gonna leave without her? Or are you gonna say goodbye to her? What?
Yeah, I suppose I'll say goodbye, but like I got a couple days. They're not leaving. They have to talk to some. You don't care about this. This doesn't involve you. They have to talk to some scholar or something. I don't know. Where did you go anyway?
I moved to Stonetop.
That's great. So like we could hang out all the time.
We could, yes.
That's
listen,
definitely a thing we could do.
I understand that, I understand how mom and dad are. Do you think it's a good idea to leave on your own? I mean, yes, I'll be there. I can take care of you, but do you think it's a great idea to leave? I mean...
I'm 12. I'm my own man now.
That's fair. I was young when I left. I was not that young, but... Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to go talk to Ilsa about this. Do you know where she is?
No, she kind of stormed off, but like I could probably figure it out if you give me like a couple seconds.
Yeah. Why don't you figure that out? Was there anyone else with this group?
Oh yeah, like big, like kind of a big kind of like scary looking guy, and then like a big tall guy who tried to look scary, but actually he just kind of looked like he was making it up. Like he was not that he wasn't that scary. You could totally like bowl him over if you really wanted to.
Okay. So
you
met Carlo and Bron.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's their names. I was gonna say it was like Bran and Carla. I couldn't remember.
Are they in the bar?
Oh yeah, that's why we're here. By the way, Bron, Carlo, did either of you hear any of this?
I'm going to say probably no, because I think that it's a celebration. It's the everyone's partying. It's very loud inside there, so we're not hearing anything that's happening outside.
Okay, Great. Okay, so Raj is going to run off and figure out what happened to Ilsa, which is my cue to send us over to Ilsa. Ilsa, tell me what it's like in the Marsh Edge jail.
Oh, it's not a pleasant place to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely you get the full feel and impact of the fact that this town exists on the edge of this marsh. So it's damp and cold, and the accommodations, as it were, are minimal at best.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's dug down into the ground. So like there's like the floor of the cell like squelches because it's mud, and there's like no really good place to lay down or even sit. And you're not in the same cell as your dad, but you can hear him coughing down the way. He has a very distinct cough. What are you gonna do about this?
Well, I kind of, I'm sort of at the point of like, fuck these people. So I'm looking for a way out.
Okay. All right. You can discern realities is probably the way to do that.
Okay. And that is
plus whiz.
Yes, which is good for me because that's my stat. I got a 9.
Okay, so you get to ask one of the questions under discern realities. I can read them to you, or I can send you if you have it available. I can, or you can just be like, "How can I get out?"
Yeah. If you can recap what my options are.
Yes, your options are: what happened here recently, what is about to happen, what should I be on the lookout for, what here is useful or valuable to me, who or what is really in control here, and what here is not what it appears to be.
I'm going to go with what here is not what it appears to be.
Okay. One of the bars is loose. And if you could, if you had the time to, pull it and get it free, you could squeeze in between. But there is a guard who paces up and down the hallway. So...
How is this laid out? Like, if they're pacing back and forth, is it like an open grate kind of thing where, like, if I could wiggle this bar loose and the guard walks by me, I could give him a clonk on the head with the bar?
It would be a tricky situation because you'd have to reach out and do it. But yes, you could, in theory, do that.
Okay. I think that is going to be sort of her plan.
Okay. All right. I'm going to cut back to the others real quick. And Raj comes back to you, Tyrion. It's like he said, it was a couple seconds. You barely finished your first drink. And he says, yeah, she's in jail.
How?
Well, she was with an old guy, I guess.
Father?
And he started talking about human sacrifices, so that got him in trouble.
Oh,
or
God.
something. And then she came to his defense, and then they all went to jail. Yeah, and you know what happens to the people in jail. If someone comes back, they're first on the line of getting bit, just to make sure that whoever came back is fine. I know it's probably not going to happen, but
I guess Braun and Braun and Carlo are there.
Yep.
While this is happening. Okay, well...
in jail?
Okay, I'm gonna go down to talk to the police department, to the sheriff, and try to see if we can sort this out, because I don't want Ilsa and her father in jail, or for the possible events of the last time someone came back to happen again, and not to happen to my friends, ideally.
I have a strong feeling if you go down there, Brendan's just going to lock you out.
I am from here and allowed to know about the things y'all were talking about.
They seem to be very on edge, even for the traditions of this town, and I don't think that your citizenship would be any deterrent for them.
Tyrion, roll me 2d6 plus charisma.
That's okay. That's not as bad. My constitution's the bad one. My goodness, that's an 11.
Okay, so you and Brennan parted on very good terms. You knew each other. You were good friends. So yeah, there is a real chance that you could talk him into something, but it will be it's basically it's good that you rolled as well as you did.
Brennan and I were friends when I left, and still I'm, as far as I know, still pretty good terms. So I think I could at least see if I could make sure they don't get. Well, I'm not really supposed to talk about that part, but I can at least make sure that doesn't happen, or try to.
It means she doesn't want him to get bit.
Is
So
there?
I left and Brendan and I were on good terms too. And apparently, word has it, I need to be out of town by sunrise.
Who told you that?
Braun raises his hand slightly. Ron,
what did you do?
I met with the town elders and I arranged a very lucrative deal for Stonetop, for the sheepskins that we sold. They bought them all. But there was an addendum to the contract, which is that I needed to vacate the town limits by sunup, and it was strongly encouraged to make sure that Carlo went with me. I did not name him. They knew him by name. So I know you said you parted on good terms, but perhaps that's changed in the intervening years?
I think they put two and two together. A wagon full of Stonetop wool, and Carlo, who now lives in Stonetop.
That seems likely, but on the plus side, they didn't mention or seem to know anything about Ilsa or Tiern, so there's no reason why we can't complete this to everyone's satisfaction and walk away from this with a tidy profit, as well as escorting your scholar friend, assuming that we can get Ilsa away safely as well.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to Brennan, no mention of either of you. Because I have no idea what's going on there. And something tells me that deal wasn't as lucrative as I think. Or as you're saying?
Oh, no, it was quite lucrative, for the town.
Yeah, it was quite lucrative. Yeah.
Is this a situation in which a friendly gift might be appropriate?
Since I rolled an 11, how well would I know that for Brennan?
Brennan loves very expensive and good alcohol. Like, he loves just a great cask of, like, well-aged mead.
If you have some money and can get there's a lot happening in my house right now.
It's a very loud tavern.
There's 3 dogs all having fun. If you can get some really expensive alcohol, yeah, that would work. Like, and I'm talking like top of the line, topper than top shelf alcohol.
I reach in my back pocket and I say, this here is pretty good.
What is it?
It is a flask. What does my inventory have? Fermented. Let's see. Where did I put my inventory? I made a list. I did.
I believe you.
You know, I didn't put the flask on this one. I guess I did that last time. Mea culpa.
So Brom will take a small sip and go, that is very good. You don't happen to be hiding a cask of that somewhere, are you?
No.
Is it something that Ilsa carries in her bar?
No.
Tiern, if perhaps you can give me the advice of a local, on a night such as the festival, where would you recommend trying to procure such a thing? I have a friend here at the bar, and he might be able to steer me, but if you have inside knowledge, that could help my trading considerably.
I mean, there's the local supply, but I don't think they're open right now. The bar might have one for sale. I just don't know how much they're going to sell for to us.
True.
Can
Please.
I think maybe we should part ways for the time being. Do you think it's safe for us in the swamp?
No.
Do you think it's safer for us in the swamp than it is in the town?
Depends. Do you want people after you? Do you want undead after you?
Yep.
Tiern, would your family be able to hide them if you were willing to say, these are my friends?
Probably, but they're never gonna let me live it down. They're gonna want something. But yes, they'd probably let me do it. Okay. Raj?
Yeah.
Before you go there,
I mean, you don't know Raj is my little brother yet.
I want to take you outside and tell you my dumb plan
Okay.
about stopping this girl from getting killed. And is this happening tonight?
No, so
It's happening tomorrow.
It's tomorrow night. It will happen in about 18 hours. Whatever time. It's like 20 hours. I do want to cut back to Ilsa, though, before we get into that scene. So, Ilsa, I want you to roll me Defy Danger plus Intelligence to enact a clever plan, which is getting the bar free without the guard noticing.
All right.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dice don't fail me now. I don't like you, Dice. I got a 7.
I mean, it's the most obvious succeed with the cost in the world, but you get the bar free, but as you're getting it free, there's a loud wrenching noise, and the guard goes like this, and turns, and it's like, starts marching immediately back towards you.
And I wedge the bar back into its spot so it doesn't look like I've moved it.
No, it's broken. It's broken clean off.
All right, well, I guess when he comes back, I'm gonna, try and be at the side of my enclosure and see if I can't wing him with it.
I want you to roll Defy Danger plus Strength, but I'm going to give you an advantage because I don't think he is expecting this at all.
All right, dice. Okay, that is much better. I got an 11.
Okay, tell me what it looks like when you swing and you're just going to conk him in the head and knock him over. Tell me what that looks like.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody has seen The Great Race, but there is a scene where they get one of the bars loose and the characters kind of got the bar up his sleeve. And and then just kind of waits until the person comes by, pulls it out, and just kind of goes bonk right on the forehead.
Perfect. Okay, so he's passed out on the floor in front of you. What are you gonna do? And I will say this: the person across from you, there's no way you can really avoid this. The person across from you is like, "Hey, she knocked this guy over. The guard's knocked on," and just starts banging on the bars.
Okay, so I've got two options right now, and I'm debating between them. One is to pull the guard towards me and try and get the keys and daring escape, get my father. The other is wiggle out of the window and hope that conking the guard gives me enough time to run away. I think I'm going to go with the latter option. I'm going to wiggle out the window now. I'm going to take the bar with me.
Okay. Give me a Defy Danger plus Dex.
I think I have 0 dex, so that's super fun. I got a 7.
Okay. What would be interesting here? So you're going to get out, but it's... How high is this window? You tell me.
Oh, I definitely, like, had to pull myself up into it and, like, shimmy my way out, because since everything's dug down in, like, the window is basically, like, if somebody was walking by, they'd have to, like, kneel down and, like, look in the window.
Yeah.
So it's... I'm pulling like a Shawshank Redemption, like it's through the mud.
Yeah.
Pulling myself out of this window.
Okay. So if in Grand Theft Auto terms, your wanted just went up like 3 stars. Like you are now the most wanted criminal in all of Marsh Edge. You are the worst person out there. They're gonna have posters up of you by morning. Yeah. So
yeah, I am headed for the edge of town as quickly as I can, and actually towards like the swamp area where the sacrifice is supposed to occur.
All right. Let's go back to Tyrion and Carlo. What's your conversation like?
I don't think you understand. Is there a way you can help us stay in the swamp?
Spooky fingers.
There actually might be something. So hold on. I mean, I can make you a charm, but just the two of you. I've only really heard stories about what goes on out there, but I mean, come on, we've run into some weird stuff so far. It's like, it's not out of the realm of possibility that undead really do walk out there. I mean, I've also heard there's like really great and wonderful things out there too, but it's kind of hit or miss as to what you're going to run into.
If Twinkle-Toes here does what I say, I promise I'll bring him back. And that's it.
Raj?
I'm talking about Braun.
Oh, okay. I was like, are you talking? My little brother?
Yeah, I wasn't sure either. Was that me?
You were the dead weight in the last.
Sure,
situation.
absolutely, I get it.
So, yeah, TLDR. Ron can come with me if he likes. I'm gonna go try to do this thing.
Okay, well, I will, since I can't.
And if you told me this thing was really stupid, trying to rescue this girl.
It kind of is. Mainly because I think you end up with 2 dead people in this case, and not 1 saved person like you want. But if you are insistent, I will make you a charm, but I would rather you not, and I have a place I can hide you guys out in.
All right.
More than likely. It's gonna suck, but more than likely I can hide you somewhere.
We can go to the north of town on the way up to the road back to Stonetop and wait.
It'd be more comfortable than that. And, you know, we might need you. I don't know what's going to go down with the scholar, and we might need you closer than that. For whatever reason. I mean, Ilsa's already in jail.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to have to pay my family a visit. And also take Raj back home because I'm sure my sister and mom and dad are super worried about him.
Rosh pipes up. They're not.
I shake my head. Like, I point at the kid. I'm like, I stayed in this town for a couple years. Maybe a year. Is this event every year?
The festivals every year. They do the sacrifice every 7 years. So it's possible.
So I wasn't here for the sacrifice.
Not only is it possible you missed it, it's possible you could have lived here for a while and not seen it because they do keep it pretty secret.
Maybe I didn't stay here a whole year. Somebody got pregnant, so.
Carlo, what did you do?
By the way, I just want to say, Taryn, if you heard the name Dorothea Frogleg, you'd know who that was because she's a daughter of one of the families from town. So,
did you say, Carlo? Did you say her name?
I would have.
Okay, then yeah, I know who Dorothea is. Yeah, I'm like, because I imagine that Tiern left when she was probably like 18 or 19. So she was pretty young, but she was still here for a good amount of time.
So you may have not known that you knew Shen when he was a little kid.
That's possible, because I'm not very old now. Yep.
He wasn't in your class. He was like...
It's like, okay, well, if you need a place, I can contact my mom and dad and see if they'll hide you out for a bit. And we can keep you in town, and I'm going to go try to see if I can work out things with Ilsa, if she hasn't gotten in any more trouble.
I'll follow your lead.
Okay, so you guys stay here since it sounds like you don't have to be out of here just yet, and I will go down to the sheriff's office. I'm gonna see if the bar has some alcohol so I can see what I can do to bribe.
So actually, while this conversation was going on, I think that Braun went to the counter and talked to his friend at the bar, and trying to see if I could find the highest quality mead that he has, and if that and if that would be something that the sheriff would be interested in.
Oh, it's great mead.
Okay.
It's the best mead available. Like this is the equivalent of like an 1875 Merlot or something. I don't know. I don't know enough about wine, but that sounds impressive, doesn't it? The bartender's like, yeah, we got some in the back. And the deal you cut for the wool would be enough to bring what the game considers +4 fortune back to the town, which you can spend on stuff. He'd knock you back 2 full fortune, though, this whole cask. You'd be considerably decreasing the amount of money you're bringing back. Or if you have a different plan.
Well, I want
just the price he quotes you.
Yeah, I want to see if I can negotiate with him about that, of course.
Okay, great. Yeah, why don't you roll me a, what is it called? Roll me a parlay, which is plus charisma.
Okay. I just want to see if there's anything I have that modifies that in a positive way.
Like, I don't negotiate.
Right, of course.
The price is the price. Just pay up.
Okay, nothing I have looks like it's a modify. With my +2, that's a 10.
Okay. Great. So he sort of looks at you and says, "So what? You want me to cut this price in half? Is what you're saying?"
Well, there is a little bit of give and take in any relationship, and it would be doing me a great service, as well as helping to free a friend of mine who has run afoul of some local unpleasantness. And I'm sure that she would be very thankful as well.
And you're bringing this to Brendan, you say? Did you tell him that? I should say. Or you just want to buy some meat?
I think that we are. I feel like we parted on good terms, because he was willing to cut me in on a somewhat shady deal to help find things. I think
that was just one of the elders, as I recall. But like Brennan would know about that. So yeah.
Oh yeah, but I just mean that that Bill would be like he understands the shady side. Like he was willing to have me steal silverware to have a place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
So he wouldn't be surprised if I said, yeah, it's for Brennan. I need a favor. I need someone to, I have a jailbreak, and this seemed the safest way.
I'll tell you what. I'll give it to you for free.
I don't like those words coming from you.
He pulls out a tiny vial. You got to make sure he drinks this. Pour yourselves a cup. Slip it in his. Do a little toast.
I don't think that he will accept any drinks from me. I'm not exactly the favored son in town tonight. Nothing that will come back on you, but there has been a development, and I have decided that it would be in my best interest to find my fortune elsewhere, and Brennan may have been a part of that.
I saw you talking to that Tiern who used to live here. She and Brennan were always very close. He'd probably take a drink from her.
No doubt he would. I am not sure that would be something that she would be interested in.
You don't have to tell her that's what's happening.
I think that she is canny enough that if I ask her to pour something into somebody's drink, she will pick up the gist rather rapidly. She knows more than she seems.
So pour it in the cup ahead of time. Then pour the drinks. So she doesn't know. And then just make sure she doesn't get the wrong cup. Listen, all I'm saying is my price just went up. So it's either I take what would be +3 fortune. I take +3, or you make this happen for me. Brennan has been making life hell for guys like me. And I finally have an in. And that's you and your friend. The thing is, I don't know that this will kill him. It'll just take him out for a while. It might kill him, though.
I snatch the vial out of his hand and say, "Get me my mead."
He loads up he has some men load up the finest cask of mead into your wagon.
Okay, so I think I come around the corner with that just as Tiern is wrapping up the conversation and about to head out.
You're going to completely politically destabilize this town.
I am.
And then the zombies will come.
One other thing, I wanted to get a candle and some scraps of cloth. Probably at the bar.
Okay, yeah, you can have them. That's easy.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to kill this man for him, he will give you a candle.
Yeah, great. No, I'm just going to knock him out. That's what I know.
Okay. All right. Great. Perfect. Okay.
So, Tiern, I have prevailed upon the local provider of booze. This is the finest mead to be had anywhere. I understand that is a very good the preferred drink of Brennan, and perhaps this will help with some goodwill in order to free our friend Ilsa from jail. However, I have been informed that there is a special additive that would increase the potency of the drink and make it more enjoyable for him. So, if possible, you may want to add this to the cup.
All right, how do I find out if he is totally lying?
You can discern
What a
realities. You can discern realities, and then you'll ask your questions to Ron.
I don't want a metagame, but the player is dying over here because if I kill my friend.
Well, Braun doesn't know that Brennan's your friend, right? He's still dealing with this as, generic sheriff about a town I don't care about.
Oh, okay. That is an 8.
So you get to ask one question of Ron.
I feel like my, I don't have the link to my Arcana at the moment. But I feel like I can use that here as well, but I could be wrong. Alright.
Probably could. Like, I can give you the link if you'd like to your major, to the Eye of Neruba.
Yes.
Okay, I'll grab it real quick. But yes, please ask Braun a question.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you.
What here is not what it appears to be. She's gonna look at it and be like, I make potions for a living. Are you sure?
I think that you clearly recognize that this is not what Braun is presenting to you, and I don't know if you know exactly what it is, but you know that it is not a harmless additive that will increase his enjoyment of the drink. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Ron, please be honest with me. What's the bartender's name? Because I feel like I would know his name.
Bill.
Bill. Why did Bill give this to you?
He knows that the sheriff has been working very hard and won't take any time to relax. And as a friend and as a public service, he wanted to help him have just a good night of uninterrupted sleep where he could rest and recuperate, because his job is very stressful, but he won't take any time. He won't take any time to stop. He's so dedicated to the work, and Bill just wants to help him in spite of himself. It's really, you'd be doing him a favor, and you'd be doing Bill a favor, and you'd be doing the town a favor, because the sheriff would then be rested and relaxed and ready to charge right back in and keep Marsh Edge safe. I mean, there's no crime in Marsh Edge because what a great job he does. But if he gets burned out, that could all change. And so sometimes you have to have a little bit of tough love. You have to make something, the nasty tasting medicine is the one that's best for you. And he won't take his medicine voluntarily, so the concerned citizens of this town want to make sure that is taken care of for him.
Tyrion, I will tell you that you can tell from sight that this is not a sleeping potion.
Yeah. Tyrion is looking at Braun like, what fool do you think I am?
I don't think you're a fool at all. You've proven that you know a lot more about the world than I do. Things that I thought were impossible, that were just fireside camp stories.
I know this isn't a sleeping potion. I don't know what it is. I know it's not a sleeping potion.
I have been told that this would most likely knock him out.
I'm not going to drug my friend.
Fine. You're right. It was rude of me to ask you, and I will take the vial back. I apologize. You're right. This is your town. Mea culpa. I'm very sorry.
I'm gonna take this mead anyways, but you're gonna go figure that situation out.
Of course. No.
Okay?
Please take the mead. We have to get Ilsa out. We can't leave her locked up in this jail. That was entirely a separate issue. This was just something else.
I want to go ahead.
Oh, no. Tier's just... I am so done with you right now, Ron. Thank you for getting me the mead. You try to figure out why Bill wants to do something to Brennan. I'm gonna go get Ilsa out now. And her father, hopefully.
I want to cut over to Ilsa now. I'm just going to say you made it to the edge of town because it's dark and they're not precisely looking for you. What's your plan once you get to the edge of the swamp?
Probably not a very good one. I just imagine they're having all this conversation and it's just, Ilsa's just running. It keeps cutting to her just like running around the edge of this town. But, my understanding is that I figured out from our last session where they send off this sacrifice
You did, yes.
into the swamp.
Mhm.
And I'm wanting to go to just the edge of that area
Mhm.
because I'm basically going to lay in wait to try and save this person, because at this point I've been locked up in jail for it. I might as well follow through on trying to make sure they are not murder-nated.
As you get to the edge of the swamp, you hear a sobbing noise coming from deeper into the swamp. It's honestly, you can't tell what it is. Like it's just like an echo drifting across the foggy edges. Sounds like a human crying. Can't tell for sure.
I think I'm gonna sit tight and observe for a little bit on that.
Nothing happens just yet. I want to cut over to Tyrion. Actually, we haven't heard from Carlo in a while. Carlo, what are you up to? Besides not apparently finding out that Bronn wants to commit murder. Well, it's just maybe a strong word.
I don't want to do it. But the deal is the deal.
I'm outside talking to Kaylee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's like, is it always like this? It feels like things fell apart, like, immediately. I mean,
Yeah.
this life might be for you, but it's a little much.
Listen. This life isn't for them. This life is not for them. So I break down what's gonna happen.
Mm.
You know, I tell her that a little girl about her age is gonna be sacrificed to the bog monster. She saw the glowing lights, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said, you may have figured it out. There's some scary stuff in the world.
Yeah. That's why I don't like to leave home. Nothing bad can get us in Stonetop.
That's not true.
That's going to go in the previously on montage for the finale.
But, you know, we all figure out how we stay safe. Some people sit and wait for how their story's going to end, and some people go find it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I've been bad at finding it or good at outrunning it. But it's a life. Here's what I need you to do.
Okay.
I think things are going to get worse before they get better.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to find your way to the north of town if I tell you to go.
I'm going to save that girl. What they're doing is wrong. And you taught me to stop things that are wrong.
I never taught you that.
Well, you also taught me. You also taught me to take advantage of certain situations. But you said that some things are wrong. You said this. I'm quoting your words to you. You said some things are wrong, and you have to stop the things that are wrong. And then you said, but less things are wrong than you think.
So, let me give you the whole story. These people think if they don't send this girl to the monsters are going to come take over town.
Okay. I mean, do you believe that?
You know, honestly, between your little friends from school and your teacher, I don't know what to believe.
Okay.
I'm just going to leave it at that. But can you run the risk of saving a girl to doom a whole town? You want to have these grown-up conversations? You want to be a mom? These are the conversations you have to ask, and these are the decisions we have to make. Now,
I don't think it's right to sacrifice one person for something we don't even know exists. I think that we should, if the something we don't even know exists, we should stop it. We shouldn't just try and buy its patience by sending it an endless stream of victims. It's not fair to them.
What you're saying is right. But you're telling me you're going to promise me that you're willing to make that choice, trading the whole town for a girl. The town makes a choice, trading a girl for the town. I don't like this decision. I need you to understand that. I don't feel comfortable with this decision. But if it comes down to your child eating and being okay, and someone else eating and your child not living, these are those grown-up decisions, young lady. And I this isn't, my thing. But if you want to question my judgment, I've made sure that you are all right.
Yeah, well, I'll go to the north edge of town, but I'm going right now. I'll meet you when you leave.
I can't have you there alone.
I'll be fine. I have my bow, I have my arrows, I'll be fine.
Please.
You know I know how to hide.
And you know that I will be difficult if you choose to be difficult.
I'm not choosing to be difficult, I'm just doing what my dear father told me to do.
So when I tell you that it's time to go, that's what I need you to do. If you can't make it to town, out of town, I need you to go to the graveyard. There's a woman named Dorothea Frogleg. She's kind of like your stepmom. She's Shin's mom.
I should have known.
She'll take care of you.
You got one in every town, don't you?
They're not that many towns.
She's like, okay, well, you know where to find me. And then she sort of melts off into the crowd. All right, let's cut over to Tyrion going to the sheriff's office.
She is high-key pissed off at Ron right now, but she heads over with the maid and knocks on the sheriff's office. It's late, so
The people are still, like, there are people still milling. Actually, there is a much larger number of people milling about than usual, and Brennan is standing in front of them and he's saying, we have to capture her. She's the number one priority. We need to make sure that we have her back in jail. She knows too much.
Kieran is gonna step in slowly, like, cautiously open the door and kind of knock, like...
Tell me about the nature of your friendship with Brennan.
He was like my best friend after my brother died.
Mm-hmm.
And he was kind of like the person who got closest to me after that, and we were pretty inseparable.
Mm-hmm.
It probably seemed romantic to anyone like looking on, but it wasn't. We were just friends.
Okay.
And he was just like literally like the best friend Tieran had in this town. She feels very guilty about leaving him, but she did leave him a note when she left.
And he looks up and he says, oh, my stars. By all the lights. Tieran?
Hi.
I thought I would never see you again. And he is like, he's like, okay, yes, so so make sure that we get her back in jail. I have to say hello to my old friend. He comes over and gives you just a huge bear hug.
Hey, Brennan.
Hey.
I'm really sorry. Some of my friends have been in town, and I left them unsupervised.
Who are your friends?
I think there's a woman here named Ilsa who might have gotten arrested.
His face immediately becomes a glassy wall. Ilsa, you say?
Yeah, I went to the library for a bit to... It's weird being back. And I didn't know we were all supposed to do our jobs and just make sure that we traded the wool and didn't get into trouble. And I think something happened. Raj told me. I brought mead because I know it's your favorite.
Thank you for the mead. She knows too much, and you know what happens to people who know too much.
I know, I know, and that was not her fault. Someone told her something that shouldn't have been told.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't tell her anything. I don't talk,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Roll me a Defy Danger plus Charisma. Add advantage because you're friends.
Trying so hard to just...
Yeah.
Hello there. 12.
Oh, wow.
He's
And he's like, listen, we were close. And I think you always knew I wished we would be closer, but I saw in time that you were right. You had the right of it. I married Annabelle.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, we were wed 2 summers ago, and she's pregnant with our first. I always, I saw. You always said you could see in that. I saw now that you were seeing that Annabelle and I, we were the ones to be together. I'm sorry that your friend misled you. She's such a scoundrel. She had such a sweet face. I can see why you were taken in by her, but I tell you what, if you will help me find her and bring her back in, I will give you a prime seat at the festival.
I can't let her get hurt, though. We're all from Stonetop, and I know that I'm a teacher there, and she runs the bar, and I can't just not bring her back. I'm already kind of a weirdo there anyways, and if we come back and it was my responsibility to protect someone, and I come back without someone...
Yeah, I understand.
It's your job to protect people. Our sheriff is also here. There's someone else in town. But
You know Carlo?
Yes. I do. Didn't know him back when he lived here, apparently, which is a whole other thing.
You don't know the one named Braun, do you?
Unfortunately.
If someone asked if you know Braun, no!
There was an old man with Ilsa, and we believe him to be her accomplice. We currently are interrogating him to find out more about her plans.
I go to the library for a couple of hours. How does this happen? First of all, if you want to arrest Braun, you can totally arrest Braun. I know where he is.
Braun, where are you right now?
I don't know where you are, but...
So I've been sending you messages. Do you want me to just announce it, or are we all just going to be good?
Yeah,
good.
Go for it.
Okay. Braun followed Tiern to find out where the sheriff's office was, and he has been no, but you don't know. He's been blending in with the crowd, and so he's been pretending to be a reveler, and he is outside of the sheriff's office right now, waiting to see if you and Brennan have left and taken a walk, or just to be there when Brennan leaves. So
roll me defy danger. Roll me defy danger plus intelligence to see how well you blend in.
Okay. That's 10.
Okay, so you're blending in pretty well. Tell me how you do that.
As I walked through the crowds, I found someone who was a little bit drunk, and I snatched their hat off of their head, and I pressed a coin into their hand, and wished them a happy festival. And I've turned my cloak around so it's a different color, and I've just been keeping my head kind of down and winding in and out of people, and shouting when people shout, and praising the balloons and the celebration, and just pretending to be part of the revelry.
Brennan looks back at Tiern and says, "All right, I tell you what, you and I have a drink together of this wonderful mead you brought me. When we're done interrogating the old man, I'll release him to you. But I can't. I need to. This Ilsa, she's a danger, and she needs to be dealt with."
Listen. If she knows what's happening, which I think is what you're implying she knows.
He does.
Give me a chance to speak with her if we find her, and I might be able to talk her. I have a feeling I have a prediction of what she's thinking and trying to do. And just let me talk to her if we find her. And thank you for releasing him into my custody, because I do know him, and we'll just get him calm and a place to sleep. This is such a mess. The whole thing is a mess.
He pours 2 cups of the mead, clinks his against yours, and says, "You never really believed in the things from the swamp, did you?"
I actually study those things now.
Do you really think that sending a girl out there every 7 years keeps them at bay?
I don't know, to be honest. And why is it every 7 years?
I don't know.
At bay, why wouldn't we have to do it more frequently?
I don't know that either. Well, I should get back to trying to find this fugitive. It was good to see you, Tiern. You shouldn't make yourself so scarce.
Well, I still haven't said hi to Mom and Dad, and you know how they are.
By now, they know you're in town. So many of us have seen you.
Oh, it's gonna be great. She just, takes a really long sip of the mead.
Braun, tell me what your plan is from here.
So I'm watching to see once Tiern leaves and once Brennan leaves. I'm going to wait a few minutes and then walk into the office. And is there... Well, I'll give you the whole plan. The plan is that I'm going to walk into the office. If there's anybody there, I will use my silver tongue to get past them. And then I'm going to dose Brennan's mug at his desk. And sort of like pour some of the violin and coat the insides of the mug and the bottom of the mug. Not leave any liquid sitting there so that it'll dry and it'll be in the mug when he next uses it.
Roll me Defy Danger plus Wisdom to let me know how good you were at making sure that nobody was in the office.
Okay.
So I guess I leave when Elsa's father is free.
They set him free shortly thereafter, so yeah.
That's a 7.
Okay. There's one person here, but he's asleep.
Okay.
He's not asleep very heavily. So, you probably... So I want you to defy danger plus dexterity for the next part of this plan.
Okay. Six plus dex. 7 again.
Oh my god. You're able to dose the cup because that's what you're meant to do, and you replace it, you set it back, and then just as you're exiting, the guy says, "Hey, who the hell are you?"
Oh, Brennan just sent me in here to check for something. He thought he had left his pocket knife, and he wanted to make sure that he had a backup weapon in case they confronted that dangerous fugitive that everyone was looking for. But he said it'd be right on his desk, and I don't see it, so I'll go let him know. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to wake you.
You mean this? And he reaches over, and there's a pocket knife, like, right in the middle of the desk.
Oh, my...
How's Silver Tongue work, by the way?
Silver Tongue works where when I am using words to avoid suspicion or trouble, I take plus charisma on the roll, and then depending on what I roll, I get certain numbers of special moves to avoid detection, to avoid suspicion, to redirect attention, things like that.
So roll plus charisma, roll that, but roll at disadvantage. This guy's extremely suspicious of you.
Okay.
Just take the lowest 2.
Yeah. Man, I really could have used that 5. 7. So I get to hold 1.
Okay.
And that is so the moves are move or maneuver unchallenged, withstand direct scrutiny, or direct suspicion or attention elsewhere. And in this case, I think that withstand direct scrutiny is probably the right move? Or do you think it's more direct suspicion or attention elsewhere?
I'm leaving it up to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to withstand direct scrutiny.
Okay. He steps forward to you and stares you right in the eye, presses the pocket knife into your hand, and says, "Here it is."
Thank you so much. I don't know why I couldn't see that. Just one of those nights. Perhaps I got into the barrels a little bit early.
And as he steps away from you, he looks and sees the 2 cups and the mead. And he pours 2 cups and hands you one and says, "You want to have a drink with me, brother?"
I wish that I could, but duty calls. I have to get the knife back to Brennan in a moment. But I tell you what, when I come back, absolutely.
You look like a man who can swallow a cup in a matter of seconds.
Well,
Have a drink with me.
apparently I'm not able to hold my liquor. I couldn't even see that knife in the middle of the desk.
Mm-hmm. Parlay with him. Roll plus charisma.
Uh, 10.
Yeah. He pats you, he slaps you on the shoulder and says, well, I suppose you have the best of it. And then he takes a long sip from his cup. And almost immediately there's like a twitch at the corner of his lips.
Why is he drinking from the boss's cup?
They're the same cups. They're the same cups. It's impossible to tell the difference. And like he starts to freeze up and then like slouches against the wall, but just
I'm gone.
Yeah, he's just able to shout.
So does he shout? Does he make noise, or what happens?
He shouts, he makes noise, he doesn't say anything, he just does the sound of like, you know, like somebody who's dying.
Okay. I go to the door. Has anybody seemed to have noticed or be looking in that direction? Like, did anyone hear that and they're going like, oh, what happened?
Yeah, the couple guys who are right by the door are like, what's going on?
I rush out and I say, oh my God, something happened to the deputy. He had a drink and he just collapsed and started having some kind of a seizure. Is there a medical, is there a doctor here? Is there someone who's a chirurgeon or something?
They're like, oh no, but you know what? The sheriff's friend just left and she knows a lot about this sort of thing.
Oh, excellent. Which way did she go? I'll go get her.
No, we'll go get her. She's right over there.
Oh, great. Okay, fantastic.
They dash off after, and they're like, and they grab Tyrion, and they're like, someone is in grave medical danger. You can save them, right?
Right. I go immediately the opposite direction and try and blend into the crowd again.
I can check on it. Yeah, I can look.
Ilsa, I want to cut over to you. You're sitting on the edge of the swamp. Mm-hmm. You're still hearing this crying.
Can I get any sense of like how far away this crying is?
Could discern realities. That would be a way you might be able to answer some questions.
Okay. It's a wisdom roll, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That would be a 12.
Okay, so you get to ask 3.
Okay. Let me pull up the new sheet real quick. Do not have it up in front of me.
No, you're fine.
Shut up, Dropbox. What is about to happen?
I mean, this is where they're going to sacrifice that girl. She's going to be sent off into the night.
Who or what is really in control here?
You couldn't say what it is, but every so often from the darkness of the swamp, you hear just sort of low, guttural growls that sound human-ish, but not quite human.
What here is useful or valuable to me?
The sound of that crying, it sounds human. It sounds like a young girl. It sounds like it's quarter mile to a half mile out into the darkness, and the sun is just peeking over the horizon.
And this might be something of use to me. I don't know though. I'm so hesitant after Braun's excursion off-road and the sights and sounds that occurred therein. Like when I look out and around, there's like, are there people milling around the town? If I were to call out who's there, do I get the sense that it's just going to be like, just to whatever is in the forest, or am I like, is it so close to town that I risk townies hearing me?
There's always a risk, but it's pretty. It's like 5:30 a.m. It's pretty quiet. This is like an industrial part of town, so there's not really a lot of people around. It is a risk, but it is, a risk worth taking. I think. I wouldn't say it's a risk. Like, I'm not going to say it, but it is a risk you might find worth taking.
Yeah. I'm going to call into the darkness. Announce yourself.
The sobbing stops for a second. What? Who?
That's exactly what I'm trying to discern. Who?
God, what's her name? I'm Elaine. I'm just gonna say her name's Elaine. I'm Elaine. They put me out here. I don't know why. They put me out here in the dark, and I've been here all night, and I need to get out. They tied me down.
Who tied you down?
My father.
Why? Are you from the town?
Yes. They won't tell me why they did
What are you
this.
getting into, baby?
They said it's important.
Oh, okay, you're just snoozing.
I am going to proceed with extreme caution and sort of creep towards this voice.
Defy danger plus dexterity.
I got an 8.
You're able to creep toward it. Not quite causing anything to sort of detect you, but you how do I want to put this?
Hey.
You become slowly aware
No.
that, like, you are not only are you not alone, but there's like something just enormous out there in the dark.
Somebody's eyes are watching.
And
I'm
Elaine,
gonna arm myself as best I can. I've still got my the post from the jail.
that's right, you don't have your hammer. Oh God. But you do have your post. You do have your bar. So
Yeah.
Is that
I
iron?
wasn't able to get
Is
my
that an
stuff.
iron bar?
well, yes it is.
Yay!
I'm gonna keep going towards this person, supposed Elaine person.
You saw the parade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, when you get there, it is what appears to be like a large wicker basket that has been built around a person, basically. And it's the girl from the parade. And she's looking up at you. She's in shackles at the bottom of this thing.
Oh, good. We got some Wicker Man going on up in here.
Are you are you here to save me from the bees? Are you here to save me? Is that what this is? Is it just like I had to have faith that someone would come to save me? I don't know who you are, but are you here to save me?
I'm going to try.
So is this Elaine Fenwick?
Mm-hmm.
So they went ahead and just tied her up out in the marsh already?
This is well, I won't tell you that, but there's a reason this is happening.
All right. Well, I have my blacksmithing skills that I'm going to fall back on, hopefully, to try and go get these shackles off of her.
Let's have you discern realities to see if you can spot some weak points.
Okay. Switch dice, switch. I don't know if that will help me. It did not. Oh, Dice, you are garbage. I gotta find.
These shackles are not very well attached. Like, a person like you could pull them out pretty easily. When you're trapped by them, it's very hard because of how the leverage is, but you could just pry them up with your bar quite easily. But in the process of doing so, whatever's out there in the dark absolutely hears you.
I'm gonna try and get her out of there.
Okay.
And then I'm attacking the darkness.
With your bar. I love this. Yeah. Why don't you...
I think it would be reasonable to suggest if somebody made a roll that she had cover.
I think you're right.
Because daughters don't listen.
Carlo, I believe you can roll for Kylie. So tell me what kind of cover she has.
She has a bow. She has about 10 arrows.
I'm saying that you can. I believe you can roll for your followers. So roll me defy danger plus Constitution, because that's primarily what she's going to need, just to not get scared.
And now I have to wonder what stat she has. So I have a crew, and right now their tags are observant, warriors, athletic, and group.
Yeah, if you have a different tag you think, or a different stat you think applies because of whatever Kylie's got, I'm just that's my generic. It's probably Constitution.
Yeah, I don't know what stats they have, so I'm just looking. For Kylie, I have Reckless.
Perfect.
So I'll make a roll, and do you want to just say she has a stat?
Yeah. She has, let's say she has the same Constitution as you.
Okay.
I believe that's how that works.
And she fails.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh.
Yeah, she flies an arrow into the dark, and it whizzes right by Ilsa's head, and it embeds itself in something, and there's a horrible shriek, and then you see the arrow, like the shaft of the arrow, come out of the darkness, stuck in the body of a kind of skeletal, half flesh covered horse. And then you see there's a rider atop it.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to try and get this girl out of where she is as quickly as possible and send her running.
I will say that you have her out and she's scattering for the edge of the marsh.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to turn to face the thing and try and slow it down.
Okay. You have moves for that would be hero, correct? You have particular moves that may be helpful.
Let me see what I've got. I have anger as a gift, and when you burn with righteous anger, hold to resolve, and then I can spend my resolve.
I feel like you probably are burning with righteous anger.
Okay. Alright, so if I've got that, I'm going to spend resolve.
Yeah.
I'm going to do... Clearly there's somebody else. I don't know that it's Kylie, but there's somebody else out there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to inspire allies and bystanders to follow your lead.
Okay.
And I want to use strike hard. It's 1d4 damage.
Okay, great. I will tell you that as this horse steps into the light, you see this giant figure dressed in almost like a kingly garb and covered in with a skull for a face. And then behind him, clutching him around the waist, is a girl who looks about the same age as Elaine, is dressed the same as Elaine, but she's not quite as skeletal as everybody else. She has a little bit more flesh, but she is clearly on the dead side of the living dead line.
Fun.
And the guy looks at you. So you're going to strike.
What I'm going to try and do, if I can, is rather than striking him, since I've got the bar there and the skeletal horse is coming towards me, is I basically want to be able to get away from the situation or get a better weapon. I want to take the bar and swing it and slam it against the horse's head to try and get the horse to buck over and drop the rider.
Give me a roll plus basically a hack and slash roll. What is that? Yeah, hack and slash roll plus strength.
Okay. Nice. Come on now. I got a 10.
Great. So roll me your D4.
All right. Watch it come up, and it's just gonna be
And you also get to pick one on the move sheet. You get to pick one. You perhaps want to strike hard and fast for 1d6 extra damage.
Ooh, yes, I would like to do that.
You will suffer your enemy's attack, but
that's fine.
Yeah.
So I get a d6 extra damage. Ooh, nice. That would be 8 points of damage total then.
Okay. The horse's head comes clean off.
Neat.
And it is as you watch it, it starts to roll back toward the body. It's clearly going to pull itself back, but the horse collapses for the moment, like a pile of like a Jenga tower. There we go. And the king is momentarily knocked over, but the girl stands up and eyes you like this and starts advancing on you, and she let's see here, she darts out with her tiny dagger and does 4 points damage, subtract for any armor you have and all of that. So
okay, I'm trying to remember what I had for armor. I think I had a cloak.
Yeah, I feel like you had +1 armor, so that would be 3 points damage.
I believe Braun negotiated for leather cuirasses for everyone.
You know what? Yeah. So you definitely have at least 1 point armor. So.
Okay. Trying to think what I want to do. I'm definitely going to try and backpedal away from this because I'm not really armed for this combat. I can't really run to town.
Mo, roll me for Kylie again. Roll me a what's it called when you do a ranged attack? We haven't had to do many of them here. A volley. So roll me plus dexterity. So just your dexterity.
Mo, you're muted.
It was a 7, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So, let's see. We're going to roll her damage. She does hit, but you get to pick one. You must move or hold steady to get the shot placing you in danger. Take what you can get. You have disadvantage on your damage roll. Deplete your ammo, marking the next status next to your weapon. Don't pick this if it's thrown. So, basically, she would probably lose an arrow or two. For that last one.
This thing is scary.
Mm-hmm.
She's not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
She's not thinking about being pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I think she puts herself in danger.
Okay. Great. Roll me so she gets +1 damage times piercing. So I think roll me a D6 for a longbow. And then she gets +1 damage.
6.
Okay.
So that's a 7.
Great. It embeds in this little girl's eye. And that's when Kylie feels like a hand go around her wrist and pull it back. And it's, of course, the other dude who is like lurching across the swamp at her. And now you hear Elaine like shouting from the edge of town, like, they're out there. They save me, you have to save them. They save me, you have to save them.
I'm worried these people are just gonna like, well, we're gonna just sacrifice you again. I'm gonna run for Elaine. I'm gonna try and get her somewhere away from where we're at and quiet her so that she's not yelling for the town to come and put us right back in the situation that I got her out of.
Okay, so Ilsa rolled Defy Danger plus Dexterity. Kylie rolled Defy Danger plus Constitution. Basically, I'm going to say if Kylie can shake this guy off, she'll just take off too.
I got an 11.
Okay. Yeah. This,
for folks listening, that was a 3 for
that's
Kylie.
a 3.
Ooh.
I mean, the king isn't particularly care which teenage.
He doesn't
girl
care. He doesn't care. She's the right
takes as a
age.
bride. Yeah.
Yeah,
He doesn't
yeah, yeah.
care which teenage girl he takes as a bride. So he like just kind of grabs her back into him.
Do I see this? Because I don't think I've seen Kylie to this point.
In my imagining of the geography, you would probably have to run right by Kylie. So like you would, I don't know if you would see her, but you would see there was someone else there. So you would maybe check on them. It's up to you though.
I mean, I would, because my character, I mean, one of the biggest,
Also,
the big thing that like makes my character enraged is violence towards animals and children. So
yeah. Also, she screams Ilsa as his cloak falls over her.
I'm gonna dive in there. I'm gonna try if I can. I would swap places with her if I can.
I'm gonna cut over to everybody else and see what's happening.
All right.
Ron.
Yes.
Tiern, you just got hauled back to the sheriff's office. There's a man on the floor spasming.
Yep, and I'm going to start doing a full medical check, I guess. I don't think I have like a specific. I don't know if I have a specific move that will allow me to.
You could do spout lore to say that you know how to fix this. Also, you probably have a sense of what happened here, so you have like you can quickly zero in on possible causes.
You know what? I'm gonna do spout lore, but I'll use one of my books and scrolls.
Okay.
So that it's an automatic 10+.
Okay.
And I'm doing that because I am suspecting that Braun pulled something here. Which I don't think is too metagamey. Do you think I would have a suspicion here?
Makes sense to me.
I also think since you were just at the library, it is reasonable to think that you might have this book with you. We have to come up with a reason you'd have the book with you. So this is you were at the library and you checked out some books about potions. So, and you have the right one. Okay. So
I have Bazaar on me because I always take Bazaars with me.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this guy has
You
definitely.
You also have that statue that neutralizes poison.
We never use that.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy's definitely been poisoned. If you don't do something in the next 30 seconds, he's going to die.
Right. I'm gonna stuff a Bazaar down his mouth and yell for someone to get some water.
Which is when Brennan comes in and says, "You tried to kill me."
What?
That's what happened here. You tried to kill me. That mead was poison.
No,
poison mead. Yes.
No, but I know who did.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Get away from that, actually. That's a good cliffhanger. Braun, what are you up to?
So, Braun, having escaped from the spasming gentleman and getting lost back in the crowd, I think probably headed back to the inn, since that had been our base of operations, and
Sure.
Is gonna check the wagon.
Okay.
Are you gonna tell me that homegirl escaped?
But who escaped?
Ilsa.
I mean, we're gonna cut back and find out.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I'm checking in on everybody else because
I'm talking to Braun because I'm at the bar.
Oh, great.
Oh, okay. You're okay. Ilsa escaped?
Are you gonna tell me that?
Oh, I don't know that I know that. I mean, I heard the part that said she's public enemy number one. We have to find her,
You know who
but
it
I don't know who
is.
that
You know who
necessarily
it
was.
is. You know who it is.
But I want it to be even
Don't
more.
play
But I
dumb,
want it. But I
Braun.
want it to be even more complicated. Sure, I will. Yeah, Braun says. Braun comes back and says, "Listen, I know we had till morning, but we need to make tracks now. Tyrn is working with Brennan to try and get Ilsa free, but I think that might have become a non-issue. I think that she has already escaped, and everyone is looking for her."
You also the light of the sun is coming up over the horizon.
So we need to get out of here. If you want to try and head to the bog, let's do that. I've prepared something so that the sirens can't affect us the way that they did before.
What?
We'll put wax in our ears, wax and cloth plugs, so that remember off the path, it was like my ex, and I got drawn out there, and everyone else got drawn out there. I figured
Braun,
out a way
I'm
that
trying to think. Stop talking.
I'm sure it'll work.
Can I roll discern realities to figure out where Ilsa
Yes.
went?
Yes, you can.
And I have a 7.
Okay. You can ask one question.
Where did Ilsa go? To be a hero. To be a hero.
There's outside there's a general commotion, just like people shouting, the swamp. Something's happening at the swamp.
Sword in hand, I start running.
How about you, Braun?
So I hear everyone else call the swamp the swamp.
I mean, it's happening right outside. Yeah, it's pretty loud. Yeah.
I look over at Carlo and nod and say, just point in that direction, and we start. I think
You see what is it? Back hole and elbows.
Gotcha.
Tyrn, roll me Defy Danger plus Charisma. And no advantage this time. This guy is no longer quite your friend. You tried to kill him. Come on.
I tried to stop him from being killed.
Tyrn, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Thankfully, it's an 8.
Okay. He's like, okay, I don't think you would try to kill me, but you say you know who did? You need to bring them to me right now. If it's Ilsa, she needs to come to me right now. It's one of your other friends? Oh, yes.
Bill the bartender.
Bill the bartender?
Yes, Bill the bartender. I don't know exactly what's going on. He asked me to poison you like an asshole. I didn't. So he must have snuck in here while I was in here and did it. I saw the poison. Fine, I should have fucking taken it from him. I'm fucking at. She's just like, I'm so done. I'm so tired.
I can't believe you would be a part that you would be even. You would not warn me about this plan, but
I didn't think he would do it. I didn't think he would I thought when I told him no, I thought I got him to stop thinking about it.
I thank you for the tip, and I believe we will be off to the Redberry Bog Inn to pay Mr. Bill a visit. He claps you on the shoulder and walks off. And he shouts to his men, the torches.
Thankfully, I just saved this guy's life, because if I hadn't... Tyrion is just like on edge.
And you also hear people yelling about the swamp. Then Raj appears in the door and says, Tyrion, the swamp!
Yeah, I'm gonna go up to Brennan and hand him a bazaar and just be like, if anything happens, if you or any of your men get poisoned, eat this, it will help. Apparently I have to go to the swamp now. I don't know what's going on.
I swear, everything is going wrong in this town at once.
I know, and I don't know what to do.
Well, maybe you should never come back.
Shade.
Okay, so
Looks
Ilsa,
at him and is like, if
Yes.
that's what you want, and runs towards the swamp.
you are facing off against this king, this skeletal king holding an iron bar. Tell me what you want to do.
Yeah.
No, but I will tell you this: like, he has one arm around Kylie, so he's he's not fighting with his full vigor, but.
Okay, so I do have I'm worried he's gonna hurt her and definitely has a grip on her right now. So I'm gonna use speak truth to power. When you demand that someone does what is clearly good and right, you have advantage to parlay. If they refuse, gain +1 resolve.
Okay, let's parlay with this undead guy.
Right?
Yeah, so roll me plus charisma.
Alright. Oof. Even with advantage, I got a 6. Yikes.
Tell me what you're trying to tell this guy.
I feel like I don't have any good bargaining tools, and with rolling a 6, it feels like I could, try and make some grand thing, but it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm just going to look him dead in his stupid skull face and say, take me instead.
He tilts his head to the side, looks at her, looks at you, and you hear in the back of your brain you are too ripe.
Ew.
Oh, God.
What a dick.
Yeah. Basically, he's saying you're too old.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's just
Okay,
when they die.
Yeah.
Their flesh
All right,
stays good
well, I
longer.
do get a plus to resolve, so I'm going to try and strike hard. I'm going to try and get him to drop her. I have this iron bar, and I'm going to make a last-ditch effort with it, and I'm going to throw it, trying to aim to, get it in one of his eye sockets.
Okay, great. Do it. Give me I guess it's probably volley, so plus dexterity.
Okay. Yeah, because it just says plus 1d4 damage, so. Oh, please let this work. Come on, dice. Oh, nice. I got an 11.
Okay, so you have a clear shot and deal your damage.
All right. Is it just the 1d4 or is it a d6 plus a d4?
Just the 1d4. You're just throwing the iron bar. Yeah.
3.
Okay. He staggers just a bit, and 2, it embeds itself in his eye, and he pulls it out. But to do that, he has to let Kylie go, and she sort of starts stumbling toward the edge of the marsh, following the path Elaine followed, but she is clearly weakened.
How big is Kylie?
Kylie's 16, so average 16-year-old girl.
Because I'm pretty strong. I'm wondering if I can scoop her up and try and... I'm trying to get her out. Like, at this point, I care less about myself as much as I care about Elaine and Kylie being safe.
She's a little more than a keg of beer.
A little more than a keg of beer.
Okay, give me a defy danger plus strength, I guess.
Nope. I got 5. Nope.
So much experience.
Yeah, I've got like feast and famine going on right now.
You you are unable to lift up Kylie on the run, and it sends you both sprawling into the mud of the marsh. Braun and Carlo, you were headed toward the marsh, correct?
Mm-hmm.
There's a crowd.
Full kilt.
There's a crowd gathered there, and like Elaine is standing at the edge, sobbing into the arms of another teenage girl. Not that you know who she is, but you see this girl sobbing into the arms of another teenage girl. And out there on the marsh, you can just see like Kylie starting to stumble toward the edge, and then Ilsa appear from out of nowhere and like seemingly tackle her. And they both go sprawling into the mud.
I'm so there as soon as I can be there.
Yeah, you're right. You can run out there if you want.
I'm running out there.
Okay.
I think Braun is a little behind because I've brought the cart.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We're getting out of here.
Okay.
Set fire to the town and leave.
Hey, I promise to bring back this cart and horse. This is on me.
Okay. All right. All right. So Carlo, you're able to run out into the marsh quite easily. Braun, you get up to the edge, and just as you're about to hop off the seat of the cart, a girl with an arrow sticking out of her eye appears out of the fog of the marsh, and she staggers toward the nearest person and just like grabs hold of them and bites them in the shoulder.
Oh no. Okay.
Nuke 'em from orbit.
Yep. Fireball, walk away.
Yeah. I'm
Look,
Braun is
this game.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, this game doesn't really allow for zombies, but you gave me zombies, so we're going with zombies. Thank you.
Zombies, the gift that keep on giving. My first inclination would be that Braun would pull out the crossbow that he also requisitioned and shoot it, but if she already has an arrow in the eye, I don't think that an arrow is going to inconvenience her that much. So I think what I am going to do is I want to take a moment and see what else is going on. Is this the only undead that's coming out of the marsh? Are there, is there another disturbance? Can I see if something else is going on? Like Nick knows that Ilsa is being attacked, but I don't know if I'm missing that.
Here's what you can see. You can see this girl. And yes, she has an arrow out of her eye, and it doesn't seem to be affecting her, but she is like, she's favoring that side. Like, it does hurt, you know, even if it hasn't like knocked her down. You can see the Kylie, Ilsa are sprawled out in the mud, and you can see that Carlo is running toward them. Other than that, you can't see. And you can see this girl crying next to her friend, and then everyone sort of shrieking as they see this girl appear and bite a hunk out of a very nice young man named Barley. And we'll get into his whole deal later. But,
oh, is he the guy I stole the hat from?
yes. What a bad day for Barley.
Yeah, kind of.
Lost his hat.
Hey, I paid for it. I gave him a coin for it. I pressed a coin in his hand. Okay.
Early in the very bad, no good day.
Then yes, I will go ahead and I guess try and shoot her with the crossbow, and hopefully not hit the other, and not hit Barley. Yeah, you know what? That's
hit Barley too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't think that Braun has seen the Romero movies, so.
And who's to say that these zombies work the same way? You know,
exactly.
I'm making them up as we go.
Right.
Maybe they do something else. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know.
But in any case, yes, I will take the crossbow and shoot the clearly undead thing.
Do me a volley.
Okay. That is a 6. I'm so mad because I saw a 6 bounce off the edge of the wall. It was going to be a 6 and then it hit the wall and became a 3. So that's a 6. That is a failure.
Okay. So yeah, your crossbow shot flies wide and embeds itself in Barley, who just in his shoulder, but he staggers backward and it's just like. So one shoulder has a nice zombie hunk out of it. The other has a crossbow arrow in it. What a great day for him. Tell me. And the little girl like looks up and sees you and starts like sniffing the air like a dog as she staggers towards you. Carlo, what are you doing as you run out to your daughter and friend?
I am reading the land.
Okay.
When you first take a moment to survey the terrain, ask the GM one of the following. Gain advantage on your next roll or to act on the answer.
Great.
And these questions don't suit my supernatural right. I have what's the best way in, through, or past.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I want the best spot for a trap or an ambush.
Okay.
I want to essentially allow them I want to defend their retreat.
Okay. The best spot for a trap or an ambush would be roughly where Kylie is standing as she's staggering. Like if you could get her to turn and fire on whatever's out there, it would give just enough cover for the other two to get away, for then you to be able to like give them, you know, provide backup as they get away, and you can back away against what you don't know, but like they're clearly running from something. Yeah. So you just have to convince Kylie.
Okay, I have another move. Shake it off. When you order an ally to overcome fear, pain, doubt, or delusion, roll plus charisma.
Ooh. So yeah, she's like, oh, Dad, thank God. You have to get me out of here.
Shut up and shoot that bow. And that would be a 14.
Ooh. And she like, yeah. Tell me like how you are particularly inspiring to her in this moment.
I am mean, and I am not her father, but I'm speaking in a tone that is life or death.
Okay. And she gives you a nod and turns and cocks her bow and fires off into the darkness, and you hear something squeal as this form, you can't see it yet, but you can see like the shape of it starts to emerge through the mist. Behind you, a big plume of smoke rises up from roughly where Bill's bar was.
Don't you mean is?
Nice.
Ilsa, we're not quite to rolling initiative. Like Ilsa,
Yeah.
what are you up to? We're all doing different things.
I'm weaponless. There's this giant fucking thing in front of me. I'm trying desperately to save whoever I can, however I can. I start mumbling under my breath the name of the fairy king that we encountered before.
Oh no.
You know, someone happens to have a whistle.
I know. Someone has a whistle. I don't.
It's like,
but I'm praying against all odds that maybe
Well, when I get there, that's the
hear me.
plan.
Well, Tyrion, I do want to know
Yeah.
what are you doing right now?
I am heading to the swamp.
Okay.
edge,
Tell me
'cause
when you get there. Roughly in this.
Are you bringing Granddad?
I am going to. As she's kind of running to see and assess the situation. If the second she sees that stuff is going down, because I imagine I'm getting there shortly after Carlo and Braun. So I'm imagining Carlo is like acting now. Tyrion is gonna use the whistle.
Okay.
To basically be like, help my friends, please. Also my town. They already hate me. It's fine.
Okay. So you blow the whistle, and it's suddenly like everything stops. You're out of time. And he appears. He says, "You called so soon. I thought it might be years."
My friends, the undead, everything is a mess right now. But my friends are in danger. There's undead about to attack this town, and I can't let that happen, even if, regardless of what they think of me, I can't let them die.
This town is cursed. We cannot interfere with the curse of this town. It would not be in keeping with our treaties. Now, what are you requesting?
Can you at least help my friends get out of the swamp?
I can help your friends. I cannot help the town. The town will perish. I can save 12 people. Well, including you, I can save 11 and you, unless you wish to sacrifice yourself, which I do not wish you to do. But the price will be steep.
What's the price?
We will be wed this winter.
Fine.
Okay. Name those you wish to save.
Bye, everyone.
It's been swell knowing you.
So I'm no. I'm going to talk meta here for a moment. If Tyrion is that pissed, I literally could see her not choosing not to save Braun, and I'm telling you that me, the player, will not be offended or angry about that in any way. I think that is a perfectly valid choice, and if this is where his story ends, then that is also fine. We have a whole village, we have a whole town of other people that I could just start playing too, and I'm not sure that anyone really wants to hang out with Braun anymore, because I know that Ilsa's pissed at him, and Tyrion is furious at him, and Carlo would write him off as soon as someone gave him some money, so it wouldn't really... So
and you have your whole family to think about.
That's right.
Well,
so
yeah, Actually, the first people she's going to say are her mom, dad, and her siblings. And
That's
then,
4.
Yeah. We tally as I go because 4, and then Ilsa, Carlo.
Because I'm including you here as well.
Yeah, so that's 7.
Kylie?
I'll remind you that
bringing Kylie?
I'll remind you that Kylie and Martin are here as well. So
Yeah.
I could.
Ilsa's dad?
Ilsa's dad.
So that's 9.
I'm trying to think if she would save Braun. Because Tyrion's not a vengeful person, so yeah, Braun would be in there.
Yeah. Do you want to save Elaine?
Yeah.
That's 11.
Elaine's.
Oh, that's 11, so there's one more, because I counted Tyrion already.
Yep.
I'm not gonna save Brennan if I can't save his wife and kid.
Well, his kid's not born.
Yeah, but if I can't save his wife and him.
You can trade scenarios.
You could still dump Braun.
You can dump Elaine. You know.
I could dump Elaine, which is depressing.
Because that's who we're here to save.
Yep, it's depressing because it's who we're going to save, but also the whole... But, like, Elaine lives and her whole family...
But it's tradition.
Her family's garbage. They put her out there in the first place.
Yeah, her dad shackled her. Come on.
And he was a real dick to Braun.
Oh, this is so hard. Tyrion is just like, I am saving the lives of 12 people, and unfortunately one of them has to be me. To make this work. So the lives of 11 people.
Well, no, he said you can die and save more.
I could.
But he didn't want
But he
you to
doesn't
do
want
that.
you to do that.
Yeah, it is kind of a catch-22 because she has to marry him for this to work. So,
But I don't think that's all bad for her.
That's the, yeah. I don't think her dying, if she chooses to die, I think he'd be not happy. Even though Tyrion would readily sacrifice herself.
I will tell you that I should have said, but he says that, it's not necessarily that everyone's going to die, it's that this will now be unleashed upon the town as it was before. They'll have to figure out how to contain it. Who knows how many will die. Like, Marsh Edge will continue to exist, but it is well and truly fucked right now.
Yeah.
You're really glad that you talked that Stonetop town hero out of coming with you now like that.
So, I metagaming. Would you name the scholar we're supposed to meet in 2 days?
He's not here yet.
He's not here yet, so I don't think.
But would he be absconded with us, or would he go into Marsh Edge and possibly die?
We're gonna have to wait it out basically and get him.
Hey Nick, do you want to play a scholar?
Yeah, I can play a scholar.
It'll be like our old game where Nick is the scholar who teaches my character how to try and live.
Yeah.
Um,
I've got Mektaba's voice still in the back of my head. I could do that.
oh god, this is so hard. The book is a hat now.
You could just
Remember,
stop
you're
here.
the one.
Yeah.
You're the one who gave yourself twins. You're the one who gave yourself twin siblings. If it was just one brother, we wouldn't be in this predicament.
I mean, she did have half a thought to kill her dad, but like let him kill himself. But she's not gonna do that. She's not like, that's the thing is, I'm like, Tyrion is not a vengeful person, so she wants to save, like, protect Brennan, but if she doesn't protect Annabelle as well.
How about Barley?
No.
He's had a real shit day. You could at least let him get out of this.
I I thought about suggesting barley. He is still technically alive.
I'm not dead yet.
Oh, dead yet.
But I'm gonna protect Brennan's wife, Annabelle.
Okay. The fairy king nods and says, I'm glad we have done business. The scholar you are searching is about a day's ride away. I wish you good discussion with him, and I will see you soon. We will plan our special day. And like that, everybody you mentioned is on the edge of town, hearing the screams from the town, seeing the smoke start to rise from it.
North or south? On the Stone Age side or the Scholar side?
There's one road into town, and you will intercept the scholar here. So, he's gonna come through this way, basically. But yes, you have a straight shot to Stonetop and to finding the scholar, along the way. And behind you.
What did you do, Kieran?
So is Braun here with us?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And this woman, none of you have ever seen, is very pale blonde hair, very like light blue eyes, and is like visibly pregnant. Is like, where am I? And then there's this older couple, and one of them is like, Tyrn, what did you do?
And Raj is there, and
We both have our names. It was. Tyrn just kind of sits down and is like, I did what I had to do, and you will all be safe.
And then there's just like this building cacophony of screams from behind you.
She is going to turn to Annabelle, though, because it's obvious to her which one is Annabelle. I'm guessing they've met before at some point.
Yes, you know her from school. Yeah.
And just kind
growing
of
up.
like put her hand on her hand and be like, you and your baby will be safe. We'll take you back to Stonetop, and you can be safe and give birth to your kid and be healthy, and I will see what we can do about getting Brennan back.
My husband.
Yeah. He's in there. I know.
Elaine is watching Marsh Edge start to burn with like kind of a glint of a smile in her eye. She says, Good.
are the crypts on this side of town?
Yeah. You see Carlo looking like he might go back in there.
Yeah, there's a look from Elsa that she might go running.
Tyrn turns to both of you, and it's just like, if you go back in there, you will not come back out, and it will not matter what you've done. People will die, and you will die. Marsh Edge is, it's a cursed town. I asked for the town to be saved. I couldn't get the town saved, but I could get you, and I could get you all to safety. And yeah, I'm pissed at you, Braun, but I got you safety. So stay here. We will intercept the scholar when he gets here, and we will help stragglers as they come out, because not everyone's gonna die, but we need to live to help them.
Ilsa's gonna kind of fall to her knees, just sort of staring.
Tyrn is like barely holding it together. Her friend just like, fuck off.
And Carlo's gonna hug Kylie.
Braun sort of looks around at everybody and is going to start doing inventory and setting up what camp and supplies we can to be able to help people.
Did the wagon come with us?
Technically, you didn't negotiate for the wagon.
Fuck.
Can't promise that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But
Um,
bags.
Yeah, you had your bags.
Tyrn always has like a medical kit. Not a medical kit, but always has stuff on him.
Braun was in the wagon.
Oh yeah, Brown was in the wagon. So
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
everything any one of you was touching comes along. So the wagon comes along. It just boops. Yeah.
So yeah, the supplies and everything that we have in the wagon, I'm gonna start setting up, kind of a triage or counting how many blankets we have, wishing that I had sheepskins to wrap people in when they when they come out and are cold and need that. But just trying to do what I can with what we've got left, and not making eye contact with anyone.
How much of the money that you made for Stonetop are you willing to spend doing this? Because you're going to have to dip into the provisions you've purchased, into the, the stuff that you have secured for Stonetop's continued future.
So we didn't really discuss what the quantities were. We just sort of said what the per unit price was. In my head, I was sort of shooting around that there were 20 skins that sold for 12 apiece, or do you think there was more or less?
So I sort of suggested that you had +4 fortune from this deal. So you can spend as much or as little of that as you want.
Oh, right. We'll just do
for what you spend for what you will spend of that, you will save more people.
Gotcha.
Basically. So
Braun is going to sigh and deduct what he was going to have as a commissioning fee.
His skin?
Yeah. And I think, but he also owes sort of a debt to Stonetop and wants to make sure he brings back a landfall for them. So I think probably two fortune.
Over the course of the day, as the town is burning and screaming and people emerge from the smoke, and you're able to save about 400 people. So they sort of set up camp on the edge. Marsh Edge has around 5,000 total, so it's not, but it is more than you'd expect.
And surely some got to the north side and got on the road over there.
For sure. Mm-hmm. For sure. And in the interest of moving the overarching story along, the scholar comes along that night. He was planning to camp here before entering in the morning, and he looks and is just terrified, and he says, are any of you from Stonetop? Just he asks that in general, but Braun is the one who's helping set up, so.
Kieran is helping medical stuff with everybody.
Okay. What is...
Yes, we're from Stonetop. Can I help you?
Oh, thank goodness. Do you have any idea what is going on in the city? It sounds like fire and death.
Some kind of emergency. We were able to get out, but I don't know much more than that.
Well, it is good to see you helping. I expect that from the fine folks from Stonetop. I am Erasmus the Scholar.
Oh, we were coming to meet with you. Please, yes. Here's I'm going to take Erasmus, and I will walk him over to where Tiern is helping and make quick introductions. Tiern, this is Erasmus, who you wanted to speak to. I have... Anna, he just kind of walks away. Still hasn't met your eyes.
Okay, so I'm gonna make this a parlay, Tiern. So you're gonna roll plus charisma. And on a less than a 7, you're still going to get to ask 1 question. 7 to 9, you'll get to ask 3, and 10 to 12, you'll get to ask 5. But he actually roll advantage because he wants to talk to such a nice young lady as you.
And he sees that you're helping.
Very bad. A 10.
Okay, so you get to ask up to 5 questions about whatever you want about what's happening.
Okay.
And I will answer as truthfully as Erasmus would know.
Well, we're there to ask him about what's going on. Yeah, so she's kind of pauses. She kind of steps aside from the medical tent. No one's like super injured or anything. She's just been making sure people are like once over, making sure they have no bites. She's like, yeah, hi. It's very lovely to meet you.
Yes. Let's sit and have stew.
Yes. The questions I have are not about this. They're about what's going on in Stonetop.
I heard you may have a problem with the Fae.
We're not sure. It was the things below, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Someone did a ritual feeding lambs nightshade so they would die and eat like basically just they dehydrated and died.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like a ritual to the things below. We have Fae around the town, but they don't usually affect us too much unless we go out into the woods. But the things below are scary business. I have questions. What do you know about the things below?
I do not know their exact nature, but I know they are in league with the Green Lords, the ones who created the Fae. And I know that the Fae, some long to bring the Green Lords back, to cleanse the earth of humanity. Some long to retain what power they have living alongside humanity. I have long thought they might open up into a war, and it sounds like that may be what's happening.
So, I don't want this to be part of the questions.
It's just like a tossed off thing that won't count.
Oh yeah, it's just like, so you think, I guess that also was confirmed to me by the Fairy King that a Fae probably did the summoning, not a person. Or
No.
a Fae made a deal with a person to do the thing.
Yes, if it happened in a pasture in the mountains, as you said, the Fae would not be able to get there. They require woodland to travel. It had to have been a person.
I guess, what is the, have you heard of this ritual, and do you know, it summons the things below, but do you know what, is it like summoning them to come back? Is it, like, what does the ritual actually do?
Yes, it looks to open a gateway through which they may pour, and they establish a foothold in the world of men. Stonetop, at the edge of large fields of rock, would be an attractive morsel for them.
And I don't remember how many sheep it was, but was that enough? Was the ritual complete? Like, should we not have left town?
The ritual is not as easy as that. There will be more steps that need to happen. I do not know precisely which, as I am not aware of what they are trying to do, but I would keep an eye out for other strange things. He pauses. Has anyone been taken by the Fae recently?
We had an incident with a little girl. She tried, and I got her. We saved her. Me and my friends. Friends points to Elsa and Clara.
Are you sure that's her?
Am I? I really thought I was, and then she drank that potion that I gave her to keep her there. I don't know that was off screen.
They can take the form of humans when it pleases them, especially if they keep the human locked away in their kingdom.
I thought it was her. She was acting like herself, and I gave her a potion to help protect her.
It may be, but it may also require closer observation.
She seemed normal, but once again, I could be wrong. I have been very busy trying to help the towns. Do you think she could have done this?
She's where I would start looking. Or if she perhaps has compatriots among the townsfolk, she might be tempting them to do it.
She does have one friend who is hopelessly in love with her. That's great.
I believe you're up to 4 questions.
I don't think I'm there. Is he planning on coming back to Stonetop with us? Was that the plan?
He was just going to meet you in Marsh Edge and have a conversation about this. I don't think he's coming back with you, but you could try to convince him to come back with you.
Since Marsh Edge is not safe right now, would you come back to Stonetop with us?
Roll parley plus charisma.
Does she get anything for appealing to his curiosity, since this is his area of study and he could learn more about the area, observing the rituals in real time?
Well, since we've already rolled a 9, yeah. He's like, okay, I would love to come with you to Stonetop. I'd love to observe the Fae. And he nods at your whistle and says, it's a lovely whistle. Will you help me trap him?
She just kind of tucks it in her dress. No.
Then I will not be coming back with you. I have to go prepare my own city for the impending invasion.
If you come back to Stonetop and study it and stop what's going on, you can stop the invasion.
I suspect it's already too late. We need an informant. You have a whistle.
I'm not going to trap him. He's already helped me a lot, but...
You think he's helped you a lot. They lie. They lie and they lie and they lie. Tell me, have you already agreed to marry him?
Saved the town.
Did it?
Saved enough.
Perhaps. I wish you all the happiness in the world.
Yeah, I'm the next one.
You're gonna turn your back on a bunch of people who could use your help, but okay. People that if you stop this and save them there, you can stop this happening to your own town.
Give me the whistle, and I will come along. You don't have to be parley to what I'm going to do. You don't have to be part of it. I know he's fooled you into thinking that he's in love with you.
It's not about that. But I don't trust your plans. But if you go there and you study the Fae and the things below and what's happening, without me, I'll introduce you to the little girl who got taken. I'll introduce you to whoever you want, but not him. I'm not going to trap another person in this.
He's not a person, but... All right. I take your deal. I'll come with you. I'll require the finest room at your finest inn. I've heard tell of the Gone.
Yes. The proprietor is actually here if you'd like to meet him.
That would be wonderful. Carlo, I believe you had one thing you wanted to do before we swoop into the end of session.
I wanted to scroll back as people start coming out of town.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would grab Tyrion. I'd grab Tyrion and Ilsa and say, hey, Leslie.
Elaine.
Sorry. Hey, Elaine.
Oh, yeah.
We're happy to take you back to Stonetop with us. You
Yes.
said something about getting as far away from this place as possible.
Yes.
But the survivors are coming. I don't think it'd be smart if they knew that your not being sacrificed was the doom of the town.
Oh.
I have a pair of shears. We can get some mud and some makeup. It won't be pretty, but you could be our boy servant.
Fine.
And by next summer, I'm sure your tresses will have grown back in, and
So,
you'll be back to your beautiful self.
as this earlier scene is going on, there's the other scene between Tyrion and Erasmus is going on. There is this serving boy in the background living out Arya's plot from Game of Thrones.
Wait, what?
She's got a list.
She's killing everybody?
Yeah, she's killing everybody. No, she's just pretending to sort of be this boy to like.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
yeah, we muss her up. She has clothes too big, and
Yeah.
she stays out of the way of the people she knows. She acts like she can't talk.
Yeah, wonderful.
After they all do that, I approach her away from everyone else, and I produce a knife and say, "Do you know how to use this?"
I know how to use a knife.
So I will flip it around and handle first. Give her one of give her one of my fine knives.
Cool. Oh yeah. Okay. So we are reaching the end of the season, which means seasons change. Who is the most determined?
Determined to do what?
Yeah.
Just the most determined.
Carlo's pretty determined to get, it looks like we can get everybody home safe, and he's going to try to not mess that up.
I think Tyrion is in a similar boat of like, we have a chance to get everyone back to Stonetop and save Stonetop. I'm going to make sure that happens.
Okay.
So your pick.
Also, hanging on by a thread.
I feel like Tyrion has refused to compromise the most this time. So I'm going to have you roll 2d6 plus 3.
Yeah, I was actually really impressed by Tyrion saying no, because Bronn would have said like, "Great, let's do it." That's a problem for future Bronn.
It's an 8.
Okay, so on the moves gear sheet, if you scroll down to page 2, or page 3, home front moves, you will see a list of seasonal gains, and you can pick one of those.
Valuable insight.
You want me to tell you a new way to address a threat that's been plaguing the setting?
You know, it might be important, considering.
I think it would be really good if you found the real Inuk.
That's what I thought. Good to
Cool. So, end of session moves. We're going to be advancing to autumn next time. So when a session ends, we're going to give an example of how you met the requirement of your drive. Who all here met the requirement of your drive? I'm just going to say, if you say you did, then you did, and you can mark +1. Great. So how your relationship with a PC, NPC, or group has changed. If you can, mark XP. Nick, Braun, who did you feel the relationship changed with?
I think it changed with both Tiernan and with Ilsa. I mean, last time was with Ilsa, I suppose, and this time was more Tiernan, and there has definitely been a cooling of friendship and a reevaluation of Braun as someone who's trustworthy. So I absolutely think that's happened.
Tiernan.
Well, Braun and Brennan, and I think I just destroyed my relationship with my hometown that I barely had anymore, but I think a lot has changed for Tiernan in this regard.
Cool. That works for me. Ilsa. Relationships.
I think our relationship with the group changed because if they had been on her side to begin with in maybe wanting to go and save Elaine, that things may have turned out differently.
Y'all did make a mess of this town. I just want to make that very clear. Carlo.
I think Carlo is really starting to lean on Tiernan. He started off really not trusting her. He never trusted Braun, but he thought Braun was reliable. And there's a question there.
All right. That all makes sense to me. Okay, so answer these questions as a group. For each yes, everyone marks X. Did we learn more about the world or its history?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Did we defeat a threat to Stonetop or the region?
Not sure that
we did.
No.
Did we get a half point?
Well, if we only consider Stonetop, we made sure that they were focused on Marsh Edge.
Well, here's our next question. Did we improve our standing with our neighbors?
No.
And finally, did we make a lasting improvement to Stonetop or tangible progress towards doing so?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
We met the scholar.
Yes, you met the scholar.
Well, and we're also bringing back two fortune for the town.
Yeah. I just rolled technically 3 fortune because you had a move that got triggered, which was you returned in triumph. Because you did technically do everything you set out to do. You just doomed a town in the process.
Not my town.
I did roll 2d6, and Brennan makes it out. He's in your tent. He is missing a leg, but he is
a leg
there if you want to.
Leg.
A leg.
Wow. Tiernan will make sure Annabelle sees him and bring Annabelle to him.
They have a tear-soaked reunion, and Brennan watches you, Tiernan, the whole time.
Like 5 minutes, and I'll feed you.
I go talk to Ilsa. We don't have a forge, but is it possible you can kind of tie this guy on a leg?
What's the point?
Like a metal pole.
What's even the point? What is the point of helping people?
So that's a good line to end on. But yeah, we will be back next time. It'll be autumn. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. That's the end of the session. We hope you enjoyed it. Join us on May God, what is today? Join us on May 24th for our next session. If you want to catch up on the past episodes, visit happyjacks.org/stonetop. If you want to find all of the other actual plays on the Happy Jacks Network, visit happyjacks.org/shows. What's everybody else up to other than realizing that what's the point of helping people? Blythe, what are you up to?
Oh my God, that Tyrion is like on. Basically, Tyrion is like, no one likes me, everyone hates me. I'm just gonna marry a fairy king. Yeah, hi, I am Blythe. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, all under BlytheKala93. That's BLYTHEKALA93. You can find me here every other Monday, and on Saturdays at 10 a.m. you can find me on twitch.tv/itsprobablyok, playing our currently untitled Urban Shadows project, which is supposed to be a very serious, dark game, but so far has just been 5, like, not really friends, supernatural creatures screwing each other over. It's absolutely beautiful. It's kind of just become It's Always Sunny Supernatural Edition. Somehow. So,
I love that.
If you want to watch that, Saturdays 10 a.m., it's probably okay.
Mo.
Hey, I'm Mo. I am currently knee-deep in playtest for Holdfast Station. Feel free to go to ashyfeet.com, click on games, and you can find a link to the Discord if you're interested in the next round of playtests coming soon.
Very soon.
Oh, I can't believe I haven't been invited.
We're getting it good for you.
Yeah. Mac.
Hey guys, I am and will continue to be Mac Beauvais. You can find me online as @StrangeLikeThat. That's the Twitter, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, my website. You can also find me over at 12-Sided Stories. Right now we are on Season 2 of Unquiet Blood, a game of Vampire 5e that is a podcast version. It's got sound effects, music, the whole nine, and I GM'd it, so you should check it out.
And Nick.
Well, I'm going to be the underwhelming one of the lot. You can only see me here, but you can follow me at Sungrowler on Twitter. And you could also do that on Instagram, but don't, because I'm never on there.
And I'm Emily Vanderwerf. You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/EmilyVDW. This is the only game I'm currently streaming. And it's every other Monday, and we are coming into the end. We're supposed to run 10 sessions, so next time will be number 8. We may have to fudge that a little bit, but having a great time. And having you guys have all been so terrifically fun. Tonight was a great time. So that's all for tonight. We will see you on the 24th to see what happens when autumn arrives in Stonetop, which has just gained like 15 new citizens. Good work, everybody. We'll see you then. Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.